Greetings, automotive enthusiasts. Today we have for you a 2011 BMW 335IS. This one is the one with the N54 engine, 320 horsepower, 332 foot-pounds of torque. But get this, it has 370 foot-pounds of torque on overboost, 7-second overboost. So, and it's mated to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. This was the only BMW and the first BMW to have that transmission. So this thing is an awesome car. Just, I mean, on the street, I think honestly it's better than an M3. It has more torque and it just has an incredible, low end power, and it's just so drivable on the street. So such an awesome car. We're gonna go ahead and zoom in. It's a, shows no accidents, clean title car, no accidents or damage. There has been some paint work on the left side though. I'll talk about that when I get to it, but let's go ahead and zoom in here on the overview. This car is in really good shape. It's good driver condition car. It's not a show car or anything like that. We haven't had this car polished or detailed or anything, just kind of washed and vacked, and might have a little bit of dust there. I guess that's a little chip on the paint there on the front bumper cover, and you can see unfortunate tag screw holes. That's always unfortunate. The 335S actually does have its own bumper, own suspension, own wheels. It's a really special car, and this one has the optional 19-inch wheels. Stock was a 18-inch, so super cool car. They actually added extra oil coolers, and there's a reason for this bumper. No fog lights because they added oil coolers and some cool stuff like that. So, and it did have the black grills. That's from the factory, one of the first BMWs to actually have black grills like that. And check it out, super cool. Do have a little paint chip right there on the front of the hood. It has its own share of little paint, little chips, little nicks, little imperfections. But this car is a really great driver car. Headlights are nice and clear. We'll come around here. We got our Continental tires. They are really nice. They're basically like new Continentals. And I've actually been driving this car a lot myself. It is a sweet car. And here, a little bit of curb rash on the wheels here, so on and so forth. Looking down the side here, we got a little chip right there. A little bit of, just looks like on the mirror here, just a little bit of bugs. Yeah, just bugs that haven't been kind of cleaned off a little bit. Maybe some road rash on it. Windshield does have some pits and some little chips and everything, but it's definitely a serviceable windshield. Nothing wrong with that. And then you'll notice at the drive-by earlier, somebody did a paint touch-up. They kind of did a spot right here in this door. I'm gonna stand back, and you can see that the paint in the middle of the door, you see the edge of the door and the front of the door, but you see right here in the middle, it just really didn't get the metallic right, or didn't get something right. So you can kind of see that there. Whatever that was, somebody probably had a little dent or a little scratch or something and fixed it. But so that's kind of the only, this car's such a nice car. A person really might consider having that door refinished because the car is in really super nice shape. Little scratches around the, fingernail scratches around the door handle and stuff. And then you can see where there's a little bit of overspray on the couple of the moldings and everything. Does have the sunroof in the car. Everything works on this car, runs and drives absolutely fantastic, no issues whatsoever. I've actually driven this car. It's a 90,000 mile car, but that's what it was when we logged it in our inventory, right at 90,000, but it's probably got 91 on it now. I've probably driven this car at least 1,000 miles myself personally. I really love the car. It's super comfortable, just a great car. Here's our rear wheels. A little bit of clear coat issue, around the center cap, which is kind of typical. Here's our rear wheel. Like I said, these tires were on it when it came in, and really nice. That's a very good choice of tire. The Continental, what do we got here? I think they're the sport contacts. Pretty sticky wheel. Looking down the quarter panel, don't really see any dents or dings in the car. The metal looks nice and straight, so like I said, somebody just did a paint deal on the left side and didn't do that great a job of it. Here's the, let's go ahead and go around the rear bumper. There's a little, looks like, what is that, a scratch? Actually, that is a scratch. I thought it might be a crack in the paint, but it actually, I don't feel it. Maybe a little bit, so, but it feels like just a scratch. It might polish out probably 90% better. This one does have, I think, the LED taillights on it. Looks good. Has also special exhaust on this car. It sounds fantastic. As you heard in the drive-by at the beginning of the video. Got a little chip right there. Keep going around and look at the diffuser on the back of this car. Super cool. Again, IS only bumpers. A lot of cool IS only stuff. While I'm here, let's go ahead and just pop the trunk while I'm here. And everything is nice and clean in the trunk. Nothing, no issues. And these cars don't have spares. It does have the drop down seats, which is really handy feature. You can flip the seat backs forward and get lots of extra storage room. Has backing parking sensors, as you can see in the bumper there. Looking down the right side, get the long view. I don't see any dents or dings down the right side. Like I said, it's a really straight car. Just that unfortunate little paint issue on the left side, but that can be corrected. Little scuff on the wheel right there. But you know, the wheels are in good condition. They're not perfect, but like I said, this is a nice driver car. Looking down the right side, down the door. You know, no paint, doesn't appear to have any paint work on the right side, just that left door. These black mirrors is awful cool. Like that rocker too. I don't know if that's IS only or not, but looks cool. And then there you go, 335 IS. And the interior is special on this car too, so you'll get a kick out of that. Got a little curb scrape right there. These are pretty wide wheels, so it's kind of easy to do. Looks nice down the fender. Again, kind of another shot overview of the hood. All right, let's go ahead and pop the hood and show you the twin turbo inline 3.6 6. All right, we got the hood open for you. It's really clean underneath the hood. And then one thing nice is you can look here and you can see the original stickers there on the hood. And then looking at this engine bay, and it is just really, really clean. Pretty much a bone stock car, so, you know, nothing, doesn't really, I mean, there are people that are tuning these and making just ridiculous, incredible cars out of these, but, I mean, they're making them fast. Get on YouTube and do a search for 335 IS mods and stuff, and they are making these cars stupid fast. And you can see here the bolts on the front fenders, all original, don't appear to have been broken, which means, you know, not removed, which means not crashed. So there you go. There is your view under the hood. Now this is one of the coolest parts of the car. We're gonna take a tour of the interior. All right, here's our bird's eye view of the interior. I always like this shot here. It just gives you kind of a panoramic view of the interior. Let's take a look here at the left door panel. The door panel is really nice, and this is what's cool. This is another IS only, and I got my little handy flashlight here to give us some extra light. But look at that diamond aluminum looking trim. It's an IS only thing, and I just think it is super cool. I love that look. I like that better than, here's our little pocket. I like that better than carbon, like fake carbon fiber. It's real carbon fiber, it's kind of cool, but fake carbon fiber, nah. Farben Kyber, I don't like it, you know, so this, I would rather have this. It just really adds a real cool touch. I think aluminum looks really good in cars. Here's the threshold. Here's your M Sport call out. You know, it has all the M Sport stuff here. Here's our VIN tag. Let's pause on that. Go ahead and show you the seat here. And the seat is in really, really nice condition. And these are obviously the M Sport seats. And we have memory and lumbar, and then you can actually pull the seat here. Let me show you. You can pull this in and out, so that is really cool. So you can see really nice condition on the seat. Bolsters are nice. I'm gonna show you here on the floor. Got the factory BMW floor mats. Cool, there's your M Sport aluminum dead pedal there. And then there's your floor mat and the carpets underneath are in nice shape. All right, I'll go ahead and pop this forward and show you the back. And it's kind of cool, you flip it forward. And then also too, this little switch right here, you can just do this and power the seat to get in and out of the back, which is kind of handy. And you can actually sit adults back here. It's definitely doable. Got a center armrest right there. The back seats are in excellent condition. Here's our trim, and we got a little bit of a airflow temperature control back here for the passengers. And again, that really cool trim. And then also too, this is a cool feature of this car. It has the black headliner. I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat back and move it back. All right, so then you can see, and like I said, we got our sunroof right there. There we go, there's a better view without the light. And then sunshade's nice. Slider open. There is our moonroof. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and slide in here. Here is M Sport steering wheel. Super cool wheel. I like how it's kind of a small diameter. It feels really good in your hands. Really quick steering ratio on this. A little bit of the soft touch rubber is peeled off a little bit on the left side there. Dash is in perfect shape. Here is our center stack. Typical, the fan speed right here. The up, that's plus and minus on the fan. You know, you use that a lot, and typical, you know, the color wears off of it. There's that trim again, and here's our 335 IS call out. That's just really cool. I just love the look of this. Here's our paddle shifters here. So I think while I'm sitting here, go ahead and just fire this up for you real quick. Go ahead and pop the key in the slot over here, and then hit the start button. And there it is. I'm going to close the door here so we don't get the BMW little bong there. But you can see that's just for not having my seatbelt on there. The light's kind of glaring. Here's our radio. All the pixels are good. All the pixels in the dash are good. No pixels are out. Just a cool sounding car. Radio, this has the premium hardened carbon sound system. Sounds really, really good too. And check this out here, we got, that's actually the driver's cup holder, and then the passenger cup holder is over here. And then you got a little cubby hole right there, and then a little pocket there with your power adapter, auxiliary in, and so on and so forth. Moving forward here, we got our sport button, and then here you push in on the side, go into gear, and then you can actually come over here and you got it in manual. There's your sport button, push that on, and so you can shift right here. You can either shift up and down right here, and you'll see right there in the dash, see that, and you can shift here with the paddles. See? Very cool. Climate control works, cruise control on this car. It is all good. There's your trip computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off, and we will slide around to the passenger side. All right, over here on the passenger side, again, nice door panels with that aluminum diamond pattern trim. Here's a view of the dash from the passenger side. Here is the passenger seat. Excellent condition. And the passenger floorboard here. And underneath is nice. The carpets are really nice on this car. The interior on this car is really good condition. All right, so there is our overviews. Let's go ahead and do the favorite part, is jump in this car and take it for a spin. All right, we are strapped into the 2011 335 IS, and I told you I put some miles on this thing. It's got 91,632 miles on it. So I have to look back and see, but that's at least 1,000 miles, if not maybe 1,500 miles. So this car is just, like I said, it's been one of my fun driver cars. I got it fired up. The car's nice and warmed up already. So here's how I like to drive this car. I put it down and I put it in drive. I turn the sport mode on, and then there's this button up here in the dash. You hit it one time and that's traction control, but then if you push and hold, it actually does away with everything. It puts a triangle in the dash, and it basically takes off stability control and traction control, gives you as much control of the car as possible. You can shift the car. The dual clutch is so quick, I actually mostly just leave it in drive mode. If I were on a track or something, you know, I would be manually shifting it. Just for the street though, the drive mode works really great. This transmission is fantastic. So here we go, let's roll out in the 335. These seats are so comfortable too. I'm telling you, they are really comfortable. I like the car too. I mean, the car sits low, right? But it actually rides very comfortably. I mean, you would think that it would ride kind of harsh or stiff or something, but you know, I don't know if it's stock ride height or not. I mean, I've kind of looked and at other 335 ISs, and I think they're all pretty low. So pretty amazing car. I think 0 to 60 in this car is, I think, in the mid 4s. It's a quick car. You know, with that 7 seconds of 370 foot-pounds of torque, it'll get you going. And it just has a great sound in it. You know, down the highway, I actually took this to Rolla, Missouri the other day when we picked up that 94 Ford Probe GT. This is the car we used to go to Rolla, Missouri and drive that car back. It's just like, hey, what's a fun car that gets great gas mileage? I think we averaged about 30 miles to the gallon, and this was just a great car. I love this chassis, love this generation. Just a wonderful car. And this car will get up and boogie too. I feel like I'm at a drag race. No problem getting around the traffic and and getting up into the lead spot. Got a guy pulling out slow, merging right into the middle of their lane here. Up here on the highway. Let's go, give her the beans. Man, listen to that. Just straight as an arrow. That's, wow, I just touched the throttle, you know, just in a short little spot here, and I mean, it just went from 50 to 80 like that. Just, you know, and you feel it just kicks down instantaneous. You know, the M3 of this year has that DSG transmission, which is just single clutch, kind of notoriously unreliable and unloved transmission. But you know, this is you know, I think they use this car as a test bed, you know, because they ended up using this transmission later, but I think this car was kind of a test bed for that transmission. Well, let's give it the beans here, see what happens. Wow. Okay, that is quick. And the sound that it makes, it revs to like 7 grand, and just what a glorious exhaust note. These cars are fantastic. Like I said, this, you know, the brakes on the car, the tires, car needs nothing. Good grief. just feel the rear end, and there's a nice dip right there, but you just feel the rear end just kind of walking around, you know, just you know, transfer and traction and power. That is amazing. Just the torque, wow. And then just the responsiveness of that transmission, it's fantastic. Fantastic. What a great car. And I'll tell you, you know, the DSG car also, this car actually has factory launch control. And I actually had a customer inquire on this car and, you know, request, you know, does the launch control work? I mean, I don't know why launch control wouldn't work on a car like this. I mean, I don't think that's something that's like gonna work or not gonna work. But anyway, so I told him that I did it one time before, you know, when I found out it had traction control, just to kind of see what it was all about. But so anyway, so I had a request for launch control, so I'll pull over on this little side street here and I'll kind of go over the little sequence for you there. It's pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you, I think you could probably launch it, unless you were on a track where you had lots of traction and maybe some cheater slicks and some sticky tires. I think you're just going to blow the tires on launch control. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'll show you the, I did an outside launch control, and then I'll kind of show you what it looks like in the cockpit here real quick. So you go and you put it over into manual left, the sport button is on, and then you push the DTC one time, don't push and hold it, and then you reach over to your paddle, and it went sport 1 to manual 1. So now I'm in manual 1, over to the left, sport button, and then the traction control off. So now then all you do is you hold your foot on the left foot on the brake, and then you mash the throttle all the way down to the kick down, and then there'll be a little checker flag light come on. It'll jump up to $5,000, and you just release the clutch and you're gone. So that being said, let's go. But like I said, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. I hit my wipers accidentally when I was trying to shift. I hit my washers. But I mean, if you had traction, you know, because it just lit the tires and kind of blew the tires off. But if you had traction, that would definitely give you one heck of a launch time, because you're just spooling up both turbos and then you're launching at 5,000 RPM, and that was pretty cool. That was kind of neat. So I'm going to put it back over into drive and just drive it. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, I'm sure these things are built for it or whatever, but you know, I wouldn't do that on a regular basis. But I guess it's just cool that it has that feature and just something kind of neat to play with and, you know, show off with or whatever. So we're gonna flip it back around here. But yeah, I could see if you were on a drag strip though, that would definitely come into play. But well, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this ride along and overview. Like and subscribe if you would, and we're almost to hit 20,000 subscribers. And thank you all very much for tuning in. And the road trips we just had, I did a video with the Car Wizard. We delivered a Toyota FJ Cruiser, and then he traded in a Maserati, and we did a road trip video on that there last week, and that video has gone over 70,000 views, which is like my previous high, I think, was 49,000 views. So just, you know, really awesome that you guys have tuned in and are kind of watching the content. So like I said, like and subscribe, hit that notifications button. That way when we load up a new video, you know, get a new car in, you'll be the first to be notified, because you never know when we might have your next dream car. Have a great day and happy motoring.